We are firmly in the era of artificial intelligence, which means we have technology to digitally resurrect dead artists for new projects. But does that mean we should? Tupac's hologram performed at Coachella back in 2012, and nearly a decade later, Whitney Houston's toured across Europe. And while they're still alive, ABBA Voyage is selling out night after night in London, expanding the potential for what an AI-driven experience can be.
Benny, Bjorn, Agnetha and Annafried will be represented on stage by digital avatars.
But it's one thing for artists to be animated speaking their own words and singing their own songs. It's another when they're being used as tools to create something entirely new that they had absolutely no say in. And there are a lot more troubling examples of how the slow acceptance of deep fakes is leading us down a scary road.
These are deepfakes, phony videos of real people, generated by artificial intelligence software at the hands of people who want to undermine our trust.
Here's our take on the moral dilemma around reanimating artists who have passed and how there are potentially better ways to honor those that are no longer with us. Typically, when dead actors have been included in films, it's to close off a narrative that was left in limbo. While it feels like a new phenomenon, it's actually been happening for a while, going all the way back to 1994's The Crow, which used cutting-edge technology to finish Brandon Lee's scenes after the actor tragically died during filming.
Digitally, we removed only his face from certain scenes, certain frames, and placed that over the body double.
But even then, the ethical question was raised, and the film was only finished once the cast and crew had all agreed it's what Brandon Lee would have wanted. There is a similar feeling to the reanimation of both Peter Cushing and Carrie Fisher for the new generation of Star Wars films. Peter Cushing was known as having regretted not being in another Star Wars movie, and this was used as justification for his inclusion in Rogue One.
I believe I owe you an apology, Director Krennic. Your work exceeds all expectations.
With Carrie Fisher, her inclusion in The Rise of Skywalker had the blessing of her daughter Billie Lourd, and Billie was featured in the scenes with her. Director J.J. Abrams said of the painstaking but rewarding process of getting Carrie into the film through VFX, it was a million intricate decisions and discussions and trials. Again, we made it look really easy, but it was not. I wish, of course, that she had been with us. I wish she were here now. While it may still feel uncomfortable initially, this discomfort is eased when you realize the level of care and consideration the filmmakers took beforehand, and the result was a love letter to both Carrie and Star Wars fans.
Never underestimate a droid. Yes, Master.
When it doesn't feel like that care has been properly taken, red flags start to raise. In Roadrunner, the documentary about the late Anthony Bourdain, AI is used to speak Bourdain's writings using his own voice. However, Bourdain's widow denies that she gave consent for that to happen, and the film doesn't indicate or make it completely clear that that's what's happening, leading to a feeling that the audience is being duped.
You were successful, and I am successful. And I'm wondering, are you happy?
Similarly, in the Fast and the Furious franchise, fans were broadly in favor of reanimating Paul Walker to finish his character's narrative.
Just open your eyes, man. Beautiful.
That's where he belongs.
But the backlash came when he was reanimated for the final credit sequence Goodbye with Vin Diesel. This wasn't Paul Walker being reanimated to play a part, but instead Paul Walker reanimated to be Paul Walker, breaking the fourth wall of the movie.
You'll always be with me.
Another troubling example comes in Netflix's true crime documentary Into the Deep, about the murder of Kim Wall by Danish inventor Peter Madsen. When the film was initially released, participants claimed they never consented to being in it, so deepfake technology was implemented, seemingly to cover the filmmakers' backs.
This trial hasn't been won yet. What you have to say might be pretty significant.
I have to call the police.
It seems the ethical question isn't around the technology, but how and when that technology is used. And when it comes to saying goodbye, are there other ways it could be done? When an actor dies midway through shooting or midway through a franchise, there's a need to address that in the narrative. But doing this without digital trickery can often lead to more interesting and more moving results. Heath Ledger's untimely death came halfway through the Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, but this was addressed by effectively having the rest of Heath's scenes shared by Colin Farrell, Jude Law, and Johnny Depp, whose performances act as a tribute to the actor Heath was.
We'll never know what the movie would have been like with Heath playing all of it, but what we have is magical.
In Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, no such attempt is made. Chadwick Boseman's tragic death prompted debate over the future of the franchise and the future of the character. The MCU is certainly no stranger to using CGI, so a digitally reanimated version of Chadwick was within the realms of possibility. However, the decision they made was far more powerful.
I focused my energy on each scene to dedicate it to him. I wanted to dedicate excellence to this film so that he could be proud.
In effect, the opening of the film acts as a funeral. We learn that Chadwick's character T'Challa dies, and we watch as he's laid to rest with the help of the whole cast, who we can only imagine at that moment aren't acting. T'Challa's death is then used as a catalyst for a new branch of the story, with Shuri's grief driving her narrative arc, and shaping how she ends up becoming the next Black Panther. So not only do we, as an audience, get the chance to effectively mourn Boseman within the context of the film, but his spirit is still a powerful force in the film, all without him being there.
When you think of your brother, does it offer you comfort or torment?
Another story that employed the same technique, this time on the small screen, is the Gilmore Girls reboot A Year in the Life, which pays tribute to the late Edward Herrmann by exploring Emily's struggle to carry on without him. And again, this helps drive the narrative and her relationship with Lorelai.
You wanted it that big, right?
Of course I did.
Because it's a real presence.
As was your father. Olive?
Glee, having to address the real-life death of Cory Monteith, began filming less than a month after losing the actor, so the tears shed in his tribute episode were real. And that raw emotion came through without any CGI. In fact, all that was shown was a picture of Cory's character for his co-stars to react to. Interestingly enough, even that felt like too much to director Ryan Murphy in hindsight. Upon reflection, he said, "I've thought a lot about that recently, and I would not have done that episode now. I felt like it was way too raw and way too soon." In Ghostbusters Afterlife, there's no shying away from the fact that there's a hole that needs filling, and that becomes powerful character motivation. Harold Ramis's death is Egon Spengler's death, and so the film uses that process of grief as a backdrop. But in this case, because it's a franchise about ghosts, his character can literally be in scenes without being in them, and his eventual CGI reanimation feels almost playful and comedic, as opposed to being crude.
How on earth did you build such a small cyclotron? Got it.
What these examples do so well is blur fact and fiction. There's a similar conceit used with Iceman in Top Gun Maverick. Val Kilmer is still alive, but after undergoing surgery for throat cancer, he was left unable to speak without a voice box. AI voice cloning technology could have brought back his voice, but instead it was Kilmer's idea to have his illness written into the film. All our empathy for Kilmer is then transferred onto his character, making for a more authentic and emotional moment.
Who's the better pilot? You or me?
This is a nice moment. Let's not ruin it.
Instead of trying to manipulate our emotions by using CGI versions of someone or something we know is gone, these shows and films recognize the emotions we're already bringing as audiences and try to work with them. Instead of faking their presence, they force us to confront their absence. We're now in a new uncharted phase when it comes to CGI technology, one where actors who died a long time ago but have retained their iconic status are being brought back for brand new projects. When it was revealed that an AI version of James Dean would be cast in the movie Finding Jack, this felt like something scary new, described facetiously by Vanity Fair's Johanna Desta as definitely not weird or cursed.
Actors in particular are not too enthused with the idea that is now dawning on them that after they pass away, they may be brought back to play roles they might not have otherwise agreed to do.
There's a similar fascination with Marilyn Monroe, whose image is constantly being evoked or manipulated without her consent. But arguably, again, this isn't solely a question around technology, but around propriety. Similar criticism was directed at Blonde's director Andrew Dominic for the scene in which he imagines Monroe talking to her CGI'd unborn baby, which many found disturbing and gratuitous, as there's no actual evidence Marilyn even had abortions, never mind how she felt about them. The Daily Beast's Allegra Frank went so far as to call it an abomination.
You won't hurt me this time, will you?
There's a duty of care when it comes to using the image of someone who's no longer here, even when it's not through CGI. The writing of Bruce Lee into Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was criticized by his daughter, who said, "The script treatment of my father as this arrogant, egotistical punching bag was really disheartening, and I feel unnecessary." Ultimately, Tarantino isn't paying tribute to Lee in the scene at all, but playing with this idea of him as a way to flesh out one of his own characters.
Nobody beat the shit out of Bruce. It was a friendly contest. He barely touched me.
Just because someone dies, that doesn't mean that they lose their personhood. When films pay tribute in the right way, it's because they take that into account. Yes, these icons may feel larger than life, but they were human beings once. So when their legacy is eroded, minimized, or exploited in order to create a spectacle or manipulate the audience, that's when discomfort kicks in. Ultimately, there should be a list of questions filmmakers should ask themselves before deciding to employ these techniques. Does it honor the person? Does it improve the story? Or is it a stunt, gimmick, or sideshow to get people through the door? If these answers are in any way unclear, then let these people and their families rest. There are plenty of other ways to pay our respects. AI deepfake technology has helped us bring back those we've lost and has already shown great creative potential in terms of playing with age and likeness. Think of Jeff Bridges playing opposite his younger self in Tron Legacy, the de-aging technology used in The Irishman, or making 2 Tom Hardys in Legend. But the dark side of this technology is deeply frightening, especially at a time when so much of the country and the world is divided between what's real and what's fake news.
Deepfakes are becoming so realistic that experts worry about what they'll do to news and democracy.
In 2021, a very convincing deepfake of Tom Cruise went viral, and after the initial excitement of seeing a near-perfect mimic of Tom's face and voice, the realization that this could become an ethical nightmare set in. As the LA Times notes, it's not hard to imagine a troll who makes a viral video of Joe Biden declaring war on Russia.
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time.
Just recently, users on the anonymous image board 4chan used AI software to make deepfake voiceovers of Emma Watson, Ben Shapiro, and Joe Rogan making racist and transphobic remarks. And when this technology isn't being used to make celebrities deliver violent messages, it's being used to create deepfake pornography, putting their faces on other people's bodies without their consent. Francesca Pineda, the co-director of In Event of Moon Disaster, a video that reimagines the Apollo 11 mission using deepfake technology, says, "I think there is a desire to come up with a rulebook really fast because it's really scary. But I also think it will be quite hard to have absolutes in the beginning because the technology is developing very fast and you don't know what all the uses are going to be. Whether it's reanimating actors who have passed or creating near flawless clones of celebrities, no matter the intent, it's clear as we enter this new frontier that guidelines and laws will need to be put in place to protect all parties. And above all else, consent must be at the forefront."
I thought you might turn up.
That's The Take. Click here to watch a video we think you'll love, or here to check out a whole playlist of awesome content. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.